All right, hello everyone, and hopefully you are having a good evening. This video, by the way, will be specifically for the fantasy team competition for Y-Tech strings or 5K tennis shirt or the cash. And as well, this will be pertaining to the Yonex V-Core 97 Dual G tennis racket giveaway. So if you missed out on this competition for the Australian Open 2020, we will do it again for Roland Garros. That is the French Open coming up in May. So real quickly, I just wanted to thank all the competitors for playing this Australian Open. These fantasy teams that we do are quite intense. The people that play select 8 players on the men's side and 8 players on the women's side. 4 can be ranked in the top 20 and are seated in the top 20, and 4 must be ranked outside the top 20 or seated outside the top 20 on the men's side, and the same thing on the women's side. So the competitors create a team of 16 players, and we accumulate points all the way through to the very end, and the 2 highest point totals will receive either shirt of choice or 2 sets of Y-Tech strings or the cash. So a big shout out to this group. We had 30 total fantasy team players that have been really nice to review their teams and to work with. And we have 5 players that are left out of those 30. And I will list those 5 players. As well, we have one player out of 30 that is left for the tennis racket giveaway. And I will talk about that as well. All right, so the 5 people that are left for the fantasy team giveaway. It's kind of hard for me without Carla. Carla's taking our oldest son Jonathan to a college scholarship interview. So hopefully he's doing well at that. So I had to get this in though because the semifinals start tonight with Federer and Djokovic. So I wanted to make sure to get this one out. All right, so out of the 5 competitors, I am one of the 5. I'm only playing it for, hey, smack talk, bragging rights, whatever. But I'm not going to win my own stuff. And by the way, I say my own. Thank you very much to Y-Tech Strings, the owner of the company, Ivor Savage, who's a fellow coach and a fellow tennis guru that gives us some of this stuff to give away as well for this competition. So I am in this, but I'm not going to win. So if I came in first, then the next 2 people in line would win. I'm not in first, but I'm just saying. All right, so in 4th place is Dusan Dramikanin with 59 points, 2 players left. He has Sofia Kenin and Novak Djokovic. Now, I really don't think he will be able to finish in the top 2. It could be really close if to being in 2nd place if Kenin were to kind of push through, but that would be the only fighting chance he would have. So Dusan, it's been a good run. It's not over yet. We're going to go through the final, but these are the 5 people mathematically left that can still win. I know I started at 4th, but there's 2 people tied in 3rd. So Dusan Dramikanin has 59 points, 2 players left, and that is Sofia Kenin and Novak Djokovic. In 3rd place, tied for 3rd, is Bartek Platek with 61 points, 3 players left. And the players he has is Ashley Barty, Simona Halep, and Garbine Muguruza. So he had a wonderful women's draw. His men's draw is shut down, but his women's draw is very much alive. To have 3 of the 4 semifinalists is quite impressive. So he is tied with me. That's right, me. What's up? With 61 points. 4 players left. So I have 2 men, 2 women. I have Djokovic, Federer, Barty, and Muguruza. So I'm very much in the thick of it. I don't think I can catch those in 2nd and 1st, but I can sure get a run for the money into 2nd place. Again, rule me out if I finish 2nd because whoever finishes, again, I'm out of it. I'm just saying where I finished. Carla's long gone. In 4th place, Dusan Dramikanin with 59 points, 2 players left. Myself and Bartek Platek tied in 3rd. In 2nd place is Stefan Nizovic. He was the risk taker that took only 2 seeded players, I think, in the entire men's and women's side. He has 1 player left, which is a 1-point player, one of the only 2 that he chose. I think his other one was Osaka, if I remember correctly. He has 63 points, one player left, and that player is Barty. So if Barty wins the semifinal and Barty wins the final, that's max 2 points more he can get. So he'll max out no matter what. Best case scenario, he maxes out at 65. So remember that. In first place, JMP 1966 with a whopping 67 points and 4 players left. He has Djokovic, Federer, Barty, and Halep. Now remember, I have 4 too, but I have Djokovic, Federer, Barty, and Muguruza. So that match will very much be important between JMP 1966 and I. Let's go Muguruza. I'm sure he's rooting for Halep. So that is the top 5 people. Myself, Stefan, Dusan, JMP 1966, and Bertek Playtek. But you might as well look at it. There's your top 4 because I am not involved in it. So Dusan, 4th. 3rd, Bertek Playtek. 2nd, Stefan Nizovic, and in 1st, JMP 1966. If I did not call your name, it's mathematically impossible to catch any of them, or if you have players left, they do too. Again, I will keep up with the updates. This has been a wonderful competition. For all the competitors out there, I must say that for these people that submit these teams, you know they have been through 124 men's players and 124 women's players and have gone through the entire brackets all the way to the final. So it takes time. All of the teams are always lights out. All the teams always have a shot to win. But this has been, usually we get down to the quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, and basically 2 people, because of the strategy, have already kind of ran away with it. Stefan Nizovic is one of those type guys, how he chose his tactics. Generally, he'll run away with it, but 4 other people decided to get in the strategy game as well and apply some of those same tactics. Hence why we have a 5-way tie, well, really 4, myself excluded. Anyway, hopefully everybody plays for the French. If you have any interest in this, get ready because we will do the same thing, the French Open. Now for the tennis racket giveaway. I have never, and we have done 6 of these competitions over the past year and a half, I've never had someone still alive in the fantasy competition and at the same time still alive in the tennis racket giveaway. So JMP 1966 not only has 67 points, 4 players left, Djokovic, Federer, Barty, and Halep, but he also is the only one individual still left in the tennis racket giveaway. If these picks land, he will be not only sent the tennis racket, really nice stick. Wawrinka used the same stick, not this identical one, but the same model as well. So he will not only be sent the tennis racket if these picks happen, he will also be sent the fantasy teams if he wins. I'm pretty certain he's going to be in first or second. I'm pretty sure he's secured a spot for either the Y-Tech shirt, the 5K tennis shirt. Again, I have multiple sets of strings, and we can talk about if you're a player, what's best for your game, and what we might recommend, and what gauge, etc. So we can talk about all that. But also, the kicker is whoever was going to win the tennis racket was also going to be the recipient of a authentic from the Australian Open in Melbourne from last year. We had a friend that went, one of Carla's really good friends went to Australia. Guest passes. This is what the Australian Open stuff is from last year. So these are the Margaret Court Arena type or whatever passes and so forth. But he brought us back a shirt. Actually, 2 of them. I kept one too big for Carla, so we kept the other one packed away. So if JMP 1966 wins, he will get the tennis racket and that shirt as well, tag still on it. His finals, in order to win the tennis racket, by the way, you had to predict the men's final and you had to predict the women's final before the tournament started, before the first ball was struck. You had to predict the men's finalist and the women's finalist and both winners. The criterion was if you get 3 of the 4 finalists and you get both winners, you win the tennis racket. So you got one mulligan in there. You can miss one of the 4 finalists and still qualify. So here was his picks. He was the only one that had these picks. Here we go. His prediction for the men's side was Djokovic versus Medvedev. We know Medvedev lost. That was his mulligan, and he still picked Djokovic to win. So that's alive. On the women's side, he's perfect. He picked Simona Halep to play Ashley Barty with Halep winning. So if that happens, I can assure you, JMP 1966, you have got a slot for the strings, the cash, or the shirts. If that hits, though, you will get whatever you choose here, the racket and the shirt, whopping value, incredible run. I don't think Halep will win. I think Barty will, with Muguruza kind of maybe second in line, and Halep, I think, third, but we'll see. But anyway, great competition, absolutely exciting. Sorry, Carla's not here. I do miss her so. And again, if you guys missed out on this competition, get ready for the French because it's a lights out competition and these guys and gals come to play. So much love to all of you. Hopefully that came across okay. And if you've watched this, then you're kind of in the competition. And if you're just seeing this and you're not, then get ready for the French because we're going to do it again. I was looking at Carla, but she wasn't there. It's kind of odd. All right, so take care. Much love. Subscribe to our channel. Without you, there is no us. I'm sure she would say the same thing. But with that said, thanks so much. And it's been a great competition. And we will continue doing these fantasy team updates on the playlist indicated for fantasy teams until there are 2 winners struck and until we find out whether or not JMP66 wins the tennis racket. All right, till next time, take care. See you later. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.